Welcome home. Happy December, you guys. I am so excited for holiday season. Oh my gosh, I'm just so excited that it's here, but I'm gonna be so sad when it's gone. That is for sure. But the reason I am so excited is because my grandparents from Arizona are coming to visit and they are going to be seeing the house for the first time. They're gonna be with us for Christmas for an entire week. I love them so much and they just bring so much wisdom and good vibes. They really are the coolest grandparents. I thought it would be fun to go over all the books that I already have on my TBR. I'm a very decisive reader, but the books that I have on my radar really depend on my mood on what I read next. So I wanted to go over the 8 books that I have on my list, what I will be listening to on Audible, what I'll be physically reading, and whether I will be doing a mix of those books or not. So let's get started. The first book that I have is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I am actually currently listening to this on Audible because it was actually free with my Audible subscription. So I'm currently listening to this. I mean, just look at this book though. I thrifted this, you guys, and it is just a gorgeous, gorgeous book, honestly. It's obviously old, but it's so cute. But I am listening to this on Audible, and I'll be honest, nobody come for me. This is not necessarily hitting for me right now. I don't know if I just can't listen to romances and fantasy novels on Audible, but it's not hitting the mark. So my goal is to finish this because this is supposed to be one of the greatest love stories of all time. And they're even coming out with a movie this year. The next book that I want to finish is Poems and Prayers by Matthew McConaughey. This is actually a fantastic book. I read the first half in a day. It's really easy to digest. It's such a good read. I loved his book Green Lights, but literally it's a poem book by Matthew McConaughey and Poems and Prayers. It's in the name. It's very self-explanatory, but this is just such a good book. But I definitely want to finish it and kind of tuck this in my pocket in my purse and take it with me while I'm waiting maybe for doctor's appointments or I don't know, waiting for Target pickup, whatever. I just want to take it with me. Maybe I'll finish it this weekend. Ooh, just kidding. I'm gonna finish it this weekend, probably tomorrow. Okay. Maybe I'll be able to knock one off my list already. Who knows? And then the next one, you guys, Queen of Shadows. I haven't posted it yet, but I just finished a reading vlog for Heir of Fire. And honestly, Heir of Fire was not one of my favorite books in the series, but the series as a whole is so freaking good. I cannot wait to read Queen of Shadows. And I think my friend Cassie said that this one was actually her favorite after Tower of Midnight. I don't know, but my cousin is giving me the rest of the series for free because this is the last book in the series that I bought, and she's giving me the last 3 books for free because she has them in paperback and she wants them all in hardcover. But yes, Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas is in my radar. It's in my TBR. I'm honestly not sure I'm going to finish this by the new year. I don't know, but following Selena and her journey and her character development in the last book, Heir of Fire, was just so good. No masters, no limits, no regrets. Selena Sardothian has I was gonna read the back of this, but it gives spoilers to those who maybe have not read up to this point yet. But if you've read the Throne of Glass series and you kind of know what it's about, this is next for me. The next book I have is Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber, which I am so stoked for. I'm so excited to read this. I watched a reading vlog of Carter Sullivan reading this book and she absolutely raved over it. It was a 5 out of 5 stars for her. It says, it starts with a class in an old movie theater. Folklore 517. Local legends and urban myths taught by a woman called the Professor. Most students believe the Professor's stories are just fiction, but Holland St. James has always been convinced that magic was real. When she tracks down a local legend named the Watchman, who can supposedly tell you when you'll die, the world finally makes sense. Except that the Watchman tells her she will die at midnight tomorrow unless she finds an ancient object called the alchemical heart. Gonna have to look that one up. With the clock ticking, Holland is pulled deeper into this magical world in the heart of Los Angeles and into the path of a magnetic stranger. Everything about him feels like a bad idea, but he promises Holland that her sister sent him to protect her. As they chase clues and stories that take them closer to the alchemical heart, Holland realizes everyone in this intoxicating new world is lying to her, even this stranger. And if she can't figure out whom to trust, not even the alchemical heart will save her. I have no idea how to pronounce that, but literally I cannot wait to read this, and I got this signed. So cool. Another book on my radar for the month of December is Local Heavens by K.M. Fajardo. I'm not sure how to pronounce the last name, but this is essentially a dystopian Great Gatsby, which I am freaking stoked for. I picked this up at the book festival that was in town in, I believe, October. The Great Gatsby is one of my all-time favorite books, so to pick this up was so exciting for me, and I think the cover is just gorgeous. New York City, 2075. Filipino-American Nick Carraway has just moved to the heart of the fractured New Americans, where he's struck by the city's contradictions, shining corporate towers casting bleak shadows over the slums of a crumbling middle class. When Nick meets alluring Jay Gatsby, he falls for Gatsby's frank, confident charm. But in a city where the wealthy flaunt tech-enhanced bodies to cheat death, surfaces aren't all they seem. As Nick becomes entangled in the dark affairs of the elite and the devastating fallout of their actions on the city's most vulnerable, he must reckon with the limits of compassion and accountability across class and status. What takes precedence? Love or truth, heart or soul? A brilliant reimagining of Fitzgerald's classic tale, Local Heavens, examines the guardrails of morality and the price of desire. The next book on my radar is The Deal by Elle Kennedy. I'm super excited to read this. I've had this on my TBR for a couple months, but I was kind of waiting until holiday season rolled around. I thought it would be more fun to read during hockey season, during the holidays. So I'm actually probably going to read this after Poems and Prayers. I'm just ready for a romance. I've heard great things about it. So essentially the deal is this girl, Hannah Wells, offering to tutor one of the captains of the hockey team in exchange for a pretend date to make someone else jealous. And Garrett agrees to it because his GPA is plummeting anyways. He does need a tutor. And he was like, you know what? If all she wants in return is to make a guy jealous, let's go for it. Aww. It doesn't take long for Garrett to realize that pretend isn't going to cut it. Now he just has to convince Hannah that the man she wants looks a lot like him. That's cute. I'm interested to see what's going to happen. I think this will be an easy read, honestly, because I've read a lot of fantasy lately and I'm kind of ready for just like a little romance, a little break. This, stoked for. Okay, and then the last book on my TBR is Brimstone by Callie Hart. You guys, Chris got this as an early gift for me and I freaked out when he brought it home. I had no idea that he was getting this for me, but I have to show you, like, this is such a beautiful book. I did read Quicksilver. I actually listened to Quicksilver and then I ended up buying the hardcover because I did like it that much. And I got the hardcover that's in the same style as this. So now I have like a matching set. I'm so excited. But this is just such an interesting series to me. The first book really took me by surprise. There were a lot of plot twists that I wasn't expecting, if you know, you know. But we will be following the continued story of Sarah Swain and Kingfisher. I cannot wait to read this. I have to show you guys the art for this book though. You guys, isn't this so pretty? Okay. Honestly, just stunning. I even love like this book sleeve as well. I honestly cannot see myself getting through even half of these books by the new year, but what I will think help me read some of them faster is when I combo my physical reading with my Audible. So right now I am doing Wuthering Heights, which I've only been listening to. I have not read a single physical page, but it's just kind of one of those books that I like listening to, but it's just not hitting hard. So I want to try reading it to see if it impacts me a little bit more. The two books that I will probably combine with listening to on Audible are probably going to be Brimstone and Queen of Shadows. I feel like it just took me so long to get through Heir of Fire that when I can listen to it while I'm doing chores and, you know, like maybe wrapping presents or whatever, just driving, I can get through them faster because I'm taking that time to listen to them rather than waiting until I have time to read. And this is just such a busy season. And I definitely want to get through my physical TBR. I definitely prefer using Audible to combo read or listen to non-fiction books on. I listened to American Sniper and it was such a good book. I loved the book. 5 out of 5 stars for me, honestly, and I don't normally read books like that. I actually got American Sniper, the physical like memorial edition, for Chris for his birthday this last year. And I was like, you know what, I might as well give it a listen, and I did, and it was so good. I'm so glad that I had listened to it. If you made it this far in the video, please comment down below what your top 3 books are on your TBR right now. I would truly love to know. Or if you're currently reading anything that you're obsessed with, let me know. I'm always looking for recommendations, and I love to know what people's thoughts are. If you've read any of these books as well, let me know what you thought of them, without spoilers, of course. That is it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you at home next time. Bye.